Hi guys, I'm Nicole Burke and I'm on a mission to bring back the kitchen garden. A kitchen garden is pretty awesome. It's a little spot outside your home where you grow vegetables, fruits, and herbs to bring into the kitchen and use in your everyday cooking. It's awesome. And today I want to talk to you about a super great kitchen garden plant, the jalapeno. So a lot of people, when they get ready to start their kitchen garden, they want to go straight to bell peppers. And bell peppers generally are a lot harder to grow than a hot pepper, even though they are easier to stomach and a little sweeter. So I can see why you want to start with those. But jalapenos are so much simpler to grow in the kitchen garden, and I'd love to encourage you to start with that instead, or at least in addition to. Jalapenos are pretty prolific, so once the plant gets going, they're going to produce lots and lots of fruit for you. As you can see already, this plant in just about 2 months has produced about 15 or 20 jalapeno peppers, and it's well on its way to produce tons more. You see all those flowers? So one of the really cool things about jalapeno plants is that they're biennial. So a biennial plant is not an annual and not a perennial. It's biennial, which means that it can stay in the garden for several seasons, maybe several years. What that means is if you live in a warmer climate, like closer to the equator, then your peppers can actually overwinter in the garden. You can prune them down at the beginning of spring and they'll stay in the garden maybe for 2 or 3 years. What that means, if you live in a cooler climate, like above the equator, way above, like more where I am right now in the Chicago area, then that means you could pull these up at right before frost, pull them inside and keep them indoors through the winter, and then put them back out as much more mature plants at the beginning of spring after the threat of frost has passed. What I've seen happen with our clients in Houston, that's where my company Rooted Garden is based, when we leave our pepper plants throughout the winter, those plants produce way more peppers way faster than the new pepper plants do every single spring. It's awesome. So clients that are willing to leave their peppers in the ground throughout the winter, in the spring they get a flush of peppers so much faster than everybody else. So peppers are full of a big payout. They don't take a ton of work and they don't take up much space. What I love about peppers versus, say, tomatoes or eggplants is they're not vining, and you can plant a good bed of them in a smaller area. So as you can see, in general, this one, even though it does spread out up above, down in the bottom around the soil area, it's not taking up more than, say, 6 to 8 inches of the garden. Which I think is just awesome. Any kind of plant that produces a ton but doesn't take up a lot of space and will stay in the garden for a couple of seasons, that is my kind of kitchen garden plant. If you have tips on growing jalapenos, I would love to hear them. And if you've got more questions, I'd love to answer them. I am on a mission to bring back the kitchen garden, and I've got loads of resources waiting for you at gardenary.com. So if you want to learn more about starting and growing your own kitchen garden, come join me over there at gardenary.com. I am so thankful for you. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe. Tell all your friends to grow some jalapenos, and let's bring back the kitchen garden together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.